Hey, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Wanted to give you a brief garden tour of what we got going on. If you saw my post on Instagram, I posted this beautiful, beautiful garden picture of gardens across the U.S. and what they look like, and I'm seeing on everybody's YouTube channel, and then ours in South Dakota. So we're behind the 8 ball, you know, when it comes to gardening right now because of our climate, but that's okay. It will take off. As we enter July, things should start thriving and growing like everybody else's, so we're waiting for that. But in the meanwhile, I just wanted to give you a tour today. Here's our turnips. And we've got some carrots. A little bit coming up, not much. We've got some beets. There's a little one, but they're starting to come up in the row. More beets. And just to give you an overview, lots of weeds because we put manure in here. But back there we've got tomatoes. Some of them are in cages already. And over here are pepper plants, still really small, you can see. More tomatoes right there. All of our potatoes are doing great. And then over here, our chives are doing great. In fact, I got to cut some down and freeze them. In the back of the house, we've got the rhubarb that won't go away. I've talked about that before. It just keeps coming up. I cut some and gave it to a friend and it's still there. And then in here, we've got our pumpkins. Back there, we've got cucumbers, zucchini, and yellow squash over there as well. And we've got 2 more rounds back there. We threw a random tomato in the corner because we had an extra plant. And then that's more pumpkins right there. So you can see the growing season is a lot further behind. We're at about 5,200 feet above sea level, and all the trees that we cut, and ironically, things are still going pretty slow. We did a soil test and surprisingly the pH was normal. We thought it would be highly acidic given the pine needles, but it's not, so it's kind of weird. And over here we have the broccoli in the hugelkultur bed, and this great cloth has been so helpful. And we think it's actually keeping it cooler because look at how amazing they look. And we've got some, I don't want to pull it all off, but we got a nice head of broccoli growing. And we think that this has been helping keep the soil cool, and the asparagus isn't doing so great, but just an easy, quick setup with the hugelkultur bed. We've protected it from hail, and it's getting all the sun, the rain comes through, but it just seems to keep everything a little cooler. Last year our broccoli bolted. So hopefully we'll get some. Here's our black raspberry and red raspberry bushes, and they are growing up beautifully, I have to say. And here's our strawberry bed. We added some new additions to it, but everything's under deer protection, as you can tell. We've got some blossoms, but they're not doing as great, but we're not giving up on them just yet. And then over here are blueberry bushes, which we don't think made it, which is kind of a shame because we put a lot of work into them. But live and learn. All right, so just a quick video on our gardens and a tour of our gardens and what we have going on. We're going to do some more soil testing and see what we can find out what's going on. We just find that the soil dries up really quickly. You know, we've been fertilizing and we've been watering, and we find that when we're watering, you really have to water a lot, and even then it's like the dirt is just so caked it doesn't soak in. So we're going to keep working on it, see what we can figure out. We did add a lot of amendments to the soil since last year. We had a pretty good year with squash last year. Tomatoes not so much, because the tomatoes, by the time that they took off in the hugelkultur bed and they were super tall, it just, we got that snow in September and it killed all the tomatoes. So next year I think I'm going to pick all the green tomatoes and see what I can salvage, or this year I should say. That's the way it goes. So anyway, Hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe notification bell so you don't miss anything. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Take care.